Okay, so ready to dive in. Today, we're going deep on something, well, pretty relevant, I think, to everyone.
Hit me with it.
The modern dictator. But, and here's the twist, we're not talking about the ones with the big armies and the tanks and the whole shebang.
Right.
We're talking about the ones who rule through, well, influence, through words. This piece we've got, it's really got me thinking. It paints a picture of a leader in this, like, super dystopian world.
Dystopia, classic, always a good time, eh? I mean, not a good time, obviously, but you know what I mean.
Yeah, totally. And that's what's kind of freaky about it. This whole, like, it's holding up a mirror to us.
Yeah.
It's all about how power's shifting. And this source, it really hammers home this point. This dictator, they don't need brute force. Their weapon, words.
It's that old saying, right? The pen is mightier
than the sword. Yeah, exactly.
But it's like amped up to 11 here. And honestly, we see this playing out even today. Leaders who are masters of persuasion, of manipulation, media's their playground.
Right. And the source, it uses this language, the system itself, the empire that built on deception. It's not about controlling people outright. It's more about, like, building this narrative.
Yeah.
Getting people to buy in.
You hit the nail on the head. Think about it. Propaganda. It's all about the language, emotionally charged, repeating simple messages over and over. It's not new, right? But in the digital age, it's like, it's on steroids.
It's scary. Like, really scary. And the source, it talks about this too. This dictator, they prey on the weak, the forgotten.
Vulnerability, that's the key. This piece, it's not just describing the dictator, it's describing, well, the breeding ground for this kind of leader. People who feel lost, isolated, they crave those simple solutions, that sense of belonging.
Makes sense.
Yeah.
We put it that way. And then there's this other thing. The source makes this point about how the dictator controls the narrative. Like, they shape how people see truth.
Ah, yes. It's all about creating this, illusion of choice. They're not necessarily telling you what to think, but they're controlling what you see, what you hear,
It's like that metaphor in the source, right? The chessboard.
Exactly. The dictator's the grandmaster, moving people around.
And it's chilling, because it's like, are we really in control? Or are we, like the source says, prisoners of our own making?
Deep stuff, right. It makes you think, how much can we actually resist? How much responsibility do we have? The source doesn't give us easy answers, but it definitely pushes us to think critically about what we believe, who we follow.
Okay, so we've gone from dictators with armies to dictators with, really good vocabularies.
Right.
What I'm getting from this is that power, it's not so much about force anymore. It's about, pulling strings.
Absolutely. This whole dystopian thing, it's a warning, right? Be vigilant. Question everything. Don't fall for easy answers.
It all comes back to this, doesn't it? In a world where we're bombarded with information, how do we know what's real? How do we even begin to sort through it all?
That's the million-dollar question. The source leaves us with this image. It's haunting, really. When the world trembles, who do you trust? It's like, whoa. We have to answer that for ourselves. But there's another layer here. How do we become trustworthy? How do we create a world where truth wins?
Something to think about, for sure.
Big time.